Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word. I am so glad that you've joined us today as we are jumping into Judges. Today we're continuing our story of the book of Judges, but we're the story of Gideon. We've talked about several judges and we're taking several episodes to talk about Gideon. Today we are going to be talking about how God shrinks Gideon's army. That's right, how God shrinks Gideon's army. And that's taken from Judges chapter 7, verses 1 through 8. Judges 7, 1 through 8 says this. Early in the morning, Jerubbaal, that is Gideon, and all his men camped at the spring of Harod. The camp of Midian was north of them in the valley near the hill of Morah. The Lord said to Gideon, "You have too many men. I cannot deliver the Midian into your hands, or Israel would boast against me. My own strength has saved me." I'm going to reread that last thing there again because it's the key verse for today. You have too many men. I cannot deliver Midian into their hands, or Israel would boast against me. My own strength has saved me. Now announce to the army, anyone who trembles with fear may turn back and leave Mount Gilead. So 22,000 men left, while 10,000 remained. So we've had 32,000 men, and then 22,000 got a little scared. And so Gideon said, that's fine, you can go. Don't need you. So 22,000 men left. So there's only 10,000 that are left, okay? So against the Midianites and all the other armies that were with the Midianites, you think 10,000, okay, maybe we can do it with that. Verse 4, but the Lord said to Gideon, there are still too many men. Take them down to the water, and I will thin them out for you there. If I say, this one shall go with you, he shall go. But if I say, this one shall not go with you, he shall not go. So Gideon took the men down to the water. There the Lord told them, separate those who lap the water with their tongues as a dog laps from those who kneel down to drink. 300 of them drank from the cupped hands, lapping like dogs. All the rest got down on their knees to drink. The Lord said to Gideon, with the 300 men that lapped, I will save you and give the Midianites into your hands. Let all the others go. So Gideon sent the rest of the Israelites home, but kept the 300 who took over the provisions and the trumpets of the others. We started out with 32,000 men. We eliminated 22,000 men, so there's only 10,000 men. Then, when they went down to the water to drink, God eliminated through Gideon all but 300 men. There's only 300 men left, and they take all the provisions, and the trumpets. Okay, so they have the trumpets. Oh, whoop-de-doo, we got a lot of trumpets. So they took all that. So Gideon is now supposed to fight this vast army of multiple nations with 300 men. Okay, he starts out with 32,000 and ends up with 300 men. Okay, so God is shrinking the army. And remember what it said at the beginning. I'm going to read that verse again. It says this, you have too many men. I cannot deliver Midian into their hands, or Israel would boast against me. My own strength has saved me. God was making sure, absolutely sure, that Israel would not be able to brag about this and say, hey, man, look at us. Look at what we can do, how great we are. He was making absolutely sure there was no chance of that. He was eliminating it down to 300 men, okay? Now, when you get to there's a part there where it says they lapped the water up like dogs, or they cupped their hands. Don't get all too concerned about that, like, oh, it's because these guys are better soldiers and stuff like that. That's not the intention of the scripture here, that we need to be cupping our hands when we drink or whatever. It was just a way for God to divide the men. Okay, the men were all good soldiers. Okay, and it was just God's way of dividing the men. So don't get caught up in like, oh, there's only one way to drink. That you're looking way too much into this if you do that. But the big thing is, God is bringing this army down to 300 men just so he can show that it's God's power that's going to deliver the Israelites. It's not the power of their army or anything. It's the power of God. And so that's what God does here. He shrinks the army. I want to thank you for coming and watching here. And we will continue our journey tomorrow as we are jumping into Judges. And shall see you then. Lord's blessing to you.